this is Misti Green, and you're listening to the I Lead Misty Blue podcast, where strategy meets soul and faith finds its voice. Lately, I've found myself really thinking about how uncomfortable we've become with ordinary life, with ordinary faithfulness and discipline. We live in a culture that celebrates intensity, but struggles to appreciate consistency. And somewhere along the way, we've confused feeling alive with being alive. We've started chasing experiences that create a temporary rush, a high, instead of really intentionally building a meaningful life. And I don't think it's simply about social media or even technology, although those things certainly amplify it. I think it's deeper than that. We've become conditioned to expect constant stimulation. If something doesn't make us feel something immediately, we assume we've outgrown it, we've fallen out of love with it, or that something better must be waiting just around the corner or in the neighbor's yard. The result is that many people never stay anywhere long enough to discover the beauty that only time and discipline can produce. I have watched people risk everything for a moment. They gamble away their freedom, their marriages, their professions, their reputations even, and sometimes their families, all because they couldn't tolerate the discomfort of denying their flesh, denying themselves. What began as a search for excitement eventually became an escape from steadiness, an escape from stillness. Peace began to feel unfamiliar, and stability began to feel boring. Faithfulness and accountability began to feel restrictive, and the next thrill promised relief, but it never seemed to satisfy for long. And what strikes me is that the consequences rarely begin with one catastrophic decision. More often, they begin with a pattern of choosing immediate gratification over long-term formation. The small compromises become easier, and the voice of conviction, it begins to grow quieter. And eventually, people start believing that their feelings deserve to become their guiding compass. Their wants, their desires are what drive every single action that happens within a day. Yet scripture paints such a different picture of maturity. Jesus never invited us to follow every desire that entered our hearts. No. Instead, he spoke about denying ourselves, taking up our cross daily and following him. And see, that word daily has been lingering with me. There isn't a finish line where we finally graduate from the struggle between flesh and spirit. No, every single day will present another opportunity to decide which one will lead. And Paul understood this when he wrote that he died daily. I've often wondered what that really looked like in ordinary moments, in ordinary decisions. Perhaps it looked like choosing obedience when Paul's emotions wanted something far different. And perhaps it meant surrendering pride, surrendering ambition, comforts, or even the desire to take an easy path. Whatever it looked like, it wasn't a single dramatic moment. It was a lifestyle of continually placing God's will above his own impulses. And see, James writes that a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. That verse has always challenged me because instability doesn't usually announce itself. It often disguises itself as keeping options open, following your heart, following your emotions, or simply refusing to settle. But a divided mind struggles to build a steady life because it's constantly negotiating with itself. One part wants purpose and legacy, while the other one, it continues chasing desire and pleasure. One part of the mind longs for peace, while the other one keeps entertaining chaos. I've realized that discipline isn't really about restriction. It's about protection. It protects the things we've prayed for from the impulses that threaten to destroy them. It protects marriages when attraction fades into ordinary companionship and partnership. It protects integrity when shortcuts seem easier and more beneficial. And it even protects purpose when distraction feels far more exciting than calling. Discipline quietly guards the life that wisdom is trying to build. And the irony is that many of the things we describe as boring are actually the places where the richest parts of life are formed. Healthy marriages aren't sustained by constant fireworks. Nope. They're sustained by thousands of ordinary moments where two people continue choosing each other daily. And deep friendships are built through consistency, through integrity. And great careers, they're shaped daily through faithfulness and ethical decisions. Even our walk with God grows through those quiet moments of obedience that often go completely unnoticed to everyone except Him. We've become so captivated by fireworks that we've forgotten the beauty of a steady flame. See, fireworks command attention because they explode with brilliance for a few fleeting seconds. A fire, however, is something entirely different. It requires tending. It asks for patience. It even is placed in a confined space for protection. It isn't always spectacular, but it provides warmth, it provides light, and it even offers endurance. One impresses a crowd, boom, 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 the big bang for a moment. The other sustains a home and a life for years. As I've reflected on all of this, I've become more convinced that the greatest battle most of us fight isn't against the world around us, but against the cravings within us. Every day, we're deciding whether our lives will be shaped by discipline or by dopamine, by formation or by feelings. Will our life be shaped by purpose or by impulse? I'm learning that choosing discipline isn't choosing the harder life, it's choosing the deeper one. The world will always offer another shortcut, another distraction, another fleeting thrill, but God continues inviting us into something steadier and far more lasting. If I could leave you with anything, it would be this: love the people who love you, build with the people who are willing to carry bricks with you. Stop chasing the next thrill, the next feeling, and the next proposed promise of happiness. Your future and your peace depend on it. Feelings make promises, but discipline Discipline keeps them. This is Misti Green, and you've been listening to the I Lead Misty Blue podcast, where strategy meets soul and faith finds its voice. Until next time, choose purpose over impulse, discipline over dopamine, and build a life you'll never have to escape.